Hey guys, it's the Nerdy Movie Guy. So I'm going to talk about a new horror movie from this year called Abigail. That's the title, it's just a name. And so this movie was super fun. I didn't really know a lot about this movie going into it, given a certain actress, social media had behind the scenes image that gave me a clue as to what was going to happen with a certain character's story. However, the overall plot and the ending, none of that was spoiled, so that was great. And this movie was, when I say it's just a lot of fun, it's bloody, it's violent, it's not risk taking. It's just sort of gives you that classic horror feel with everything you need, while being fun. It's funny, it's charming. I don't know how this movie has some great cinematic or the cinematography for certain shots just looked really great, and it's not one of those movies like some big production movie like Lord of the Rings, for example, where certain shots are meant to be cinematic. This movie just simply had shots that just reminded you of that. So that was pretty cool. And this was definitely one of the bloodier films I've seen in a while. I know the horror genre has plenty of films like it. This is the newest one I've seen that has plenty, so it was cool to see. This movie also takes different directions toward its, climax, getting to its climax. It just starts as a simple get together of characters, protect one character. Simply put, the plot is simple. But the thing is, the story is simple, but it's what the director does with the characters and what happens and how things happen and how they react. That's the ingredients that make this movie great. The plot is just plain and simple, and that's what I loved about it. They took such a generic concept and made this movie so much more than the concept sounds like it would be. There's also a whodunit kind of style in there, where some of the characters are guessing who could be the intruder in this place. They start pointing fingers at each other, and it gets as a fan of this movie, as an audience, you're guessing. Of course, if you've seen the trailer, you can assume who the intruder is. But as an audience, keeping you guessing, maybe there is a second character involved. It was interesting. It got you thinking, and that keeps you engaged. You're then focused, and now you have an audience paying attention to your movie. So that, I think, was very well done. When it comes to the action, it almost felt like a slow burn in the first, maybe third of the movie. It did take just a little bit to get to what you see in the trailer. But however, in that beginning, you're building the characters, you're learning more about characters, their personalities, their desires, their goals. So it is interesting to see so much character development for a handful of characters in this sort of slasher style film. A lot of movies that end up being compared to a slasher don't really pay too much attention with character detail. This one did, so that's another positive I had with this movie. When it comes to its ending, there's a lot of twists and surprises. There are parts of the story that make you, or try to make you forget about certain things. You pay close attention, you'll remember it when it just comes back at you toward its ending. But it was so cool to see, because in the moment you're so engaged in the action and what's happening, you forget about those tiny details that were referenced maybe earlier in the movie. So the fact that this movie didn't leave any plot holes, it connected everything it needed to, everything it wanted to. The director obviously paid a lot of attention and detail in this movie to make sure there wasn't anything left over to be carried on into some conspiracy theory or some sequel theory or anything like that. This movie can be a standalone. Of course, the way it ends, you have a handful of characters that maybe there could be a sequel. I don't know if they would. I don't know if they should. If it happens, I'm there for it, especially with this director and this cast. I thought everyone did great. So if there's a sequel, I'll see it. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide whether or not you think it should have a sequel or not. So overall, the acting was pretty good. I liked it. The thing with the acting is they had so many different enough of a variety of casts and characters that everyone felt different. Everyone stood out on their own. Everyone felt like a separate individual, not just a collection of stereotype characters in a horror movie. So that was another positive I had with this movie. So overall, there's really no complaints at all. Like I said, the only spoiler was because of someone, part of the cast, shared something on social media, but the director and the marketing had nothing to do with actual spoilers for this movie. So I thought it was pretty cool. Overall, I really enjoyed this. It's more fun if you see it with friends. This movie just is one of those it's a bloody good time. That's just what it is, pun intended. I absolutely loved it. I'll be buying it when it comes to physical. So if you haven't checked it out, just see what it's all about. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely a little bit different. And it gives definitely those vampire fans the sort of vibe and themes that I think vampire fans will be looking for in a movie like this, with enough different things to introduce them to something new to enjoy. So overall, I liked it. Thanks for watching.